Operator, were you able to trace that call?
Heather, what are you doing?
Rick, nothing.
Operator, I'm sorry for the interruption. Do you have that information we need?
I'm sorry, sir, but we have no way of tracing an incoming long-distance call.
Thank you, Operator. Thank you very much.
Heather, what's going on?
She was tracing a call. I would assume a call from Jeff. Heather, I want an explanation.
Why? You already have all the answers.
Jeff is not ready for you to know where he is. Period.
With my son.
I thought you said you were going to abide by Jeff's decision.
I'm trying to. But how do you think I felt when I was sitting in Dr. Hardy's office and I heard there was a call coming from Jeff, and then I was asked to leave?
That's what happened. Don't tell.
What do you mean, if that's what happened?
Now, Heather, don't read something into every single thing that's said.
I still love my son, and I want to find him. Is that so awful? Is it? What does everyone think I'm going to do to him?
No, it's not that.
It isn't?
Heather.
Then what is it? Why can't I find him? Why won't you tell me where he is? Don't be patronizing to me. All I want to know is where my son is. Try to see it from my side, for a change. Let's say that you had a daughter, and that she was missing, and you tried and tried to find her, and then you finally found her, only to have her taken away from you again, and you didn't know where she was.
I could understand how you feel.
It's not that simple. It isn't.
Because I've been in a sanitarium. Well, I'm going to be released from there very soon. My doctor thinks I'm well enough. Only no one thinks about that. Nobody cares, because nobody cares about me.
Heather, that's not true.
Isn't it? I'm just a nuisance everyone has to deal with. Whenever I come to town, everyone looks at me like I've got the plague or something.
Now, that's not even fair. Rick has volunteered to be responsible for you.
Because he has to. Because Jeff asked him to.
I don't think this is necessary to discuss.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to be rude. It's just that I'm finally coming home. And all the people I care about aren't here.
Heather, we're not trying to persecute you regarding this. We're not.
I'm really sorry all of this happened. I guess Dr. Hardy's going to be hung up in his office for a while. I'll just go. I only wanted to ask him about a job.
Job?
When I'm released from Forest Hills, I want to make it on my own. I don't want to be a burden to anyone. Well, I thought maybe there'd be some kind of job here I could have at the hospital.
Well, we can ask him about that for you if you like.
Thank you.
I don't know how to react to that.
She's like a chameleon. She's totally changed from one minute to the next.
Trying to have that call traced.
But she didn't get any information.
Not this time, no.
She really got to me with that thing about if I had a daughter and had lost her.
Lesley, she was willing to abide by Jeff's decision. He is still not ready to tell her where he is. It is that simple.
But she always was a good game player.
Oh, yes.
Rick, Lesley.
Hi.
I'm sorry if I seem surprised. Heather waiting out here.
Well, she was here. She left just a few minutes ago. I think we need to talk about that.
All right, let's go into my office.
Good. Thank you.
By the way, I just finished talking to Jeff on the phone. In fact, Heather was in my office when the call came through.
Yes, we know.
Heather told you?
Yes, she did.
I'm afraid I was a bit thrown by Heather's visit. She wanted to know if I'd changed my mind and let her know where Jeff is.
Oh, that's not exactly the story she gave us.
Oh? What did she say?
She said she wanted to see you about a job.
A job?
Yeah, she says she wants to be financially independent. And so she thought she'd ask you about a job.
Well, maybe she was going to get around to that eventually. Anyway, when I got the call from Jeff, I obviously couldn't speak freely with her in the room, so I asked her to step outside for a minute.
Yes, she told us, and I guess we arrived just about that time, sort of.
Did something happen?
I would say so. She was on one of your phone lines trying to have a call traced. The call from Jeff.
It can't be serious.
I'm dead serious. I got here just in time to talk to the operator who said, no, you can't trace an incoming call.
My word.
I think that story about a job is just a smokescreen to cover her.
Heather hasn't changed one bit, has she? She's still the same devious girl who trapped my son into marriage. I'm afraid I'm not very objective about this whole situation with Heather.
The whole situation is extremely emotional, Steve.
My main concern right now is Anne.
Why? Has something happened?
As a matter of fact, it has.
What?
What?
Well, I didn't say anything to Jeff on the phone about it because I didn't want to upset him, but Anne's been having some terrible nightmares lately.
About Heather.
And about Diana and Jeff, too. But the main problem is Heather.
Has she told you more about them?
Well, this morning, for instance, she dreamed that Heather was in her bedroom, holding a gun on her, threatening to kill her.
Oh, my.
She woke up screaming, "Stay away from me, Heather, stay away from me."
Did Jeremy hear that?
Yes, we all did. We went rushing into her room, and you can imagine how much it upset Jeremy to see her that way.
Of course.
Oh, she tried to cover up as much as she could, but I don't think she really succeeded.
Well, I think all in all, Anne is basically a strong person.
Oh, yes and no. In public, she puts up a pretty good front. But when she's at home, I can see her falling apart right before my eyes.
Well, of course, Steve. Someone wrote her name in blood trying to blame her for Diana's death, but no one knows who the killer is yet.
Do you think she would see anybody on staff here?
We have an excellent psychiatric staff, Steve.
I haven't approached her with that yet. I was hoping she'd talk to you, Rick. She can't go on this way much longer.
Is there anything at all I can do?
Just keep on being supportive, the way you have been. That's all any of us can do. Well, on the brighter side of things, let's get to why I asked to see you. Your commendation. Congratulations.
That whole situation embarrasses me, okay?
You shouldn't be. We're all very proud of you and Jeff.
Did you tell him about it?
Well, I couldn't hold off telling him. I'm sorry.
Well, he's the real hero. I mean, especially the way he performed that night under the circumstances.
Well, strangely enough, he called you the hero.
I gotta tell you, the entire male side of that family is impossible.
He said he wanted his big brother to pick up his plaque for him.
Well, I'll be happy to do that, of course.
As I understand it, it's going to be quite a ceremony.
Yeah, well, I've never been very good at those things.
He'll
so-
show up.
All right, I'll be there. I mean, it's not just Jeff and myself. It's also the nurse from Forest Hill. She's going to be recognized as well.
Oh, yes, but you'll have the biggest cheering section.
Can we leave this man to run this hospital, please?
Yes, I do have a hospital to run. But once again, Rick, congratulations.
You're most welcome.
Well, you're welcome. Would you just keep me posted on Anne?
I certainly will, then.
Thanks.
What's the matter?
Anne's in a bad way, Lesley.
Maybe I should talk to her.
Yeah, please. Come on, Ruth.
Nurse Missoni, report to Dr. Gonzalez in the clinic. Nurse Missoni.
Georgie, maybe you better talk to Jessie and see if Anne can go home early.
Yes, I know. She's very upset today.
Yeah. Ruby and I will be in the cafeteria.
All right, Dan.
Anne, is something wrong? You look like you're about to fall apart. You want to tell me what's the matter?
It's Heather, Lesley.
Dr. Barron's report to ICU.
I tell you what.
staff.
Why don't you let me do this and you just go get us a table? Thank you. Here you go.
You, Lesley?
You're welcome. Now we can just sit and relax for a little bit.
I don't know if I can relax.
Oh, well, drink some of your tea, maybe. The warmth will help.
Yeah. Oh, this is terrible.
Okay, don't drink your tea. We'll just sit and talk.
Lesley, I think I'm going crazy.
No, you are not going crazy. Is it just the nightmares?
Did Audrey tell you about the nightmares?
No, Steve did. He told us specifically about the one this morning.
What? Lesley, it was so terrible. It was so real. I dreamt that Heather was in my room, and she had a trench coat on, She was holding a gun. And she was walking towards me to kill me.
That's really terrible.
And then when I got to work, I turned around and she was standing there wearing the same trench coat. Lesley, I started shaking then. I have not been able to get over it ever since.
Well, I don't blame you a bit. That's kind of a big shock.
I know that she has these privileges now and then, and it has to happen, but to see her there standing there, I mean, right after that dream.
When I saw her in Steve's office, I was really hoping that you'd gone off duty or taken a break or something.
You saw her in Steve's office? Why? What does she want?
She just wanted to talk to him.
What? What about? What did she want?
Anne, I think you're going to have to ask Steve. I wasn't there.
I saw her twice, you know. And the second time?
The second time what?
Well, she asked me to when I talk to Jeff next time to send regards and to give PJ a kiss for her, but the way she was, Lesley, does she know about me and Jeff?
Yes, the truth is she does know about you and Jeff.
I can't believe Jeff told her. I mean, I know he drove up there that night that he knew about PJ, and he said all sorts of things.
No. Jeff did not tell her. I think what happened is she just worked on Amy long enough. Amy finally told her.
Amy? When did Amy tell her? Was this before Diane was killed?
Mm-hmm, it was.
Oh, Lesley. Was Jeff right all this time? I mean, it could be true. I mean, could Heather actually have gotten out of that sanitarium and killed Diana? If she had known about Jeff and me, that would have given her reason to write my name in Diana's blood.
I'm just so sorry I was late, that's all.
Oh, I never mind waiting for a charming woman like you. Table for Tony Castle, please.
Hello, Lesley.
Oh, hello, Alan. Tony, I don't believe you've met Alan and Monica Quartermain, who are colleagues of mine at the hospital. Tony Castle.
It's my pleasure.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Castle.
Well, we won't interrupt your dinner. Good to see you.
Okay. Bye.
The sight of her still affects you, doesn't it? You're still jealous of her because of Rick, aren't you?
No, that's all.
Monica, I saw something in your eyes. I know you well enough. Don't tell me that you're jealous of her because she's here with some interesting-looking man.
No, I'm not. I'm not jealous of that. If I'm jealous of anything, I'm jealous of the good life that she is leading right now. Because I could hardly say the same for mine.
I am so glad that you could have dinner with me tonight. I've missed seeing you.
Thank you. Well, you've been busy, and I've been busy.
It was such a lovely evening the other night when I had dinner with you at your home.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. So did I.
And I was particularly happy that neither Captain Ramsey nor Rick Weber showed up for a change.
Well, I told you I'd keep them away.
A woman of your word.
Mm-hmm.
And for that, I'd like to take your mind off whatever was bothering you when I picked you up.
Oh, a friend of mine's got a problem, that's all. That's, in fact, why I was late.
And you're trying to help her with the problem?
Wish I could. It's complicated. I just feel so awful for her.
I'm sorry that you had such an upsetting day.
Yes, they all seem to have been upsetting to one degree or another ever since my friend was killed.
Diane? I'm sorry about that.
Yes, it's very bizarre, you know, about acts of violence, how one act of violence can affect so many people. This one seems to be touching everybody I know, especially the people I care about most in this world. Oh, my.